1252 Sports Entertainment presents the one, the only, the One-Timer Hockey Show. Live with Andrew Faubert and Matt Bannon. So get your puck bunnies and give your balls a tug, because it's time to do that hockey. Let's do that hockey, baby.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the One-Timer Hockey Show. My name is Matt, and I'm joined by Andrew. Andrew, how are you?
I'm good. I'm just shoveling food in my mouth. Everyone gotta give me a fucking second here.
Okay, that's fine. I can do that, because we're coming at you live from the Whistle Sports Bar and Grill 159 second location here in Schaumburg, Illinois, just kind of going all over Chicagoland eventually. And then, of course, with Andrew in Alberta. But a lot has happened this last week with at least the Blackhawks. They won a game and then they lost a game. So, you know, that's about par for the course so far. Andrew, how have the Red Wings been looking?
I don't know.
Care to elaborate on that one?
It kind of goes back to the beginning of the season where I said I don't know what this team's gonna do, and it's like yes. I don't know. I really don't know. I do know one thing though.
Ooh, okay.
I know who the fuck we're playing tonight, and I know
that is who.
It's the Montreal fucking Canadiens.
Ooh, okay.
And the last time we played them, Slafkovsky thought he was an NHL fucking player already, and he started boarding people. I have got this game up on the TV, and I'm waiting until this show is done, obviously, and I'm going to go watch the Onslaught Burger.
Yeah, so a little bit of a bone to pick with them, huh?
I hate the Canadians right now. I want Slafkovsky, and I want him dead to rights now. I want to know by the time I turn that game on that Slafkovsky has already been ejected from the game because there's too much blood coming out of his head.
So expecting a bit of a heavy penalty night then, are you?
Oh yeah. I actually was looking to see if I could bet on the penalty minutes, and you can't bet on penalty minutes, of course.
No, every once in a while they'll let you, but nothing like that. But it's sad. Speaking of the betting, not for this game, but speaking of the betting, I had a large parlay going on for Tuesday night. I got what was it? Out of the 12 or something I had, I hit all but 3. So that's very disappointing. Yeah.
Ooh.
So close and yet so far.
See, I've done this new beautiful thing with parlays where you don't want to overextend too much, you know, because a lot of people always miss out on the parlays by like one kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I just literally was like, why don't we just take one off? So I've been doing 2 little parlays, like two team parlays, and their odds get up to like 250, 450. And like I posted on the NSD page for 3 out of the last 4 days, I've hit parlays, and they've all been over plus 257. And I'm like, okay, I think I've finally found the way to do it. And just
hitting
like for tonight, tonight, I'm taking the Canadians. I'm taking the Canadians money line.
Okay.
Because everything's lining up for Detroit to win, and that's when they lose.
Yep. Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to take Montreal to win. And I've parlayed that one, I believe, with, if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to pull it up, but I believe it is Buffalo and Winnipeg under.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Let's see.
Yeah, under 6.5 for Buffalo and Winnipeg. And then I got another parlay of Pittsburgh money line and Minnesota winning by 2. Yeah. And I think that's just the way to do it, man. Like, too many people go crazy with these, like, and don't get me wrong, they're fun. Like, when you gamble like only $2 or something like that, like they are
exactly. Like, I never go all that high. Like, all the insane parlays that I do are always like maybe $1 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I was looking at mine that I made for tonight, and we were both in agreement that the Canadians will win tonight. So that's good. That makes me feel better.
Yeah. Even though if Detroit wins, I'll be like, I'm not going to be mad. Like, I just want to see Slafikoski get carried off the ice. That's all. That's all. And anybody who comes to his who comes to his rescue. So Suzuki, you better watch the fuck out. Caulfield too, you're going to get yours.
Yeah, he's just out there getting the business handed to him. Everybody's like, dude, if we go in there, we're dead. We're teammates and we love you, but we can't get involved in this.
We are all 22 years old. What the fuck are we going to do?
Yeah, you kind of jumped the gun on this one, buddy. So you made your bed. Now you must lie in it.
Yeah, I think this game has been going on for 4 minutes now. Let me just check. I don't even know if they've actually started yet. But
I still got scoreless. So
is it still scoreless?
Still scoreless.
It started though. Let me see if there's been
it is started.
Has there been any penalties? That's all I want to know. Is
right off the bat, yeah. Everything else is whatever, but this is important.
Yeah.
I don't think there has been yet.
No, I'm taking a look right now.
Oh, Kirby Dach. I forgot he was on the Canadians.
He's from the same town. He's from the same town that I live in right now.
Oh, really? How about that? I did not know that. That's kind of cool.
Okay, so no penalties. No penalties right now.
Still a clean game, relatively.
Well, but, looking at the Red Wings, they look healthy. Like Husso's in net, and it does look like Larkin and Bertuzzi are on the same line with Fabry. So it does look like they are going to go hard and try to.
They're going to try, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they'll really get in there. I know we're playing the Flames tonight in Calgary, so
I debated touching that game. I'm not going to lie, and the only reason I debated touching that game is because the Columbus Blue Jackets just went through Alberta.
Okay.
They actually did pretty good. They just beat Edmonton, and they went to in overtime, and they beat Calgary, and they lost to Calgary, I think, in a shootout or in overtime.
Oh, okay.
And
I know the odds I had for this were like Calgary is minus 380, so kind of had to go with them on that one.
Yeah,
especially with how the Hawks are doing, which means since I bet against them, they will win because they just are out to hurt me, and so far they have succeeded in that.
Again, I thought about taking the at least them to cover, because even them to cover, I think, was dog money, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember. I didn't really look at that. I didn't.
But I did
spread on that one.
Debated it. I really did. Andrew, what's with the Tampa Bay? I like my Buccaneers. Sorry, all my teams are all over the place. As people know, like like Red Wings for hockey. Cardinals for baseball. I'm a Buccaneers fan for football. I'm a Chase Elliott fan for NASCAR. I actually just had a conversation with someone today. They're like, "You're a NASCAR fan?" I'm like, "Bro, I can talk NASCAR all day. I can literally talk some of the races kind of thing, like the Ricky Craven versus Kevin Harvick kind of finishes and stuff like that. Like, I know. Don't just start with me. But yeah, and then of course basketball. I'm a Thunder fan until my Seattle Supersonics come back. So.
Yeah.
Craziest on ice fight you've seen? I mean, I'm a Red Wings fan because
I was going to say
the notorious 98 or 97 one. Yeah, that's my favorite because I literally have plastered all of my house with. Which, by the way, I forgot to show you. Look what! Don't you fall everything else over? I hate you.
Oh no, it's going wrong.
I've got
what you got there?
My Moritz Cider rookie card.
Very nice.
Yeah, and I got my Raymond finally too.
You were set.
Oh yeah, I've been trying to get them for so long, but what's your craziest fight that you've seen? The Blackhawks have had a few too.
They've had a few good ones. I mean, anything when Shaw's involved or Carcillo back in the day was always top. Yeah, because he would come out of nowhere if anybody was like messing with Taves, because for a while there, Taves was a target for some reason because he never fought back. So Carcillo would always jump on people. But I think there was one I saw last season. I was at the game and it happened like I was up in the 300s, but it happened right in front of us. It was, who were they playing? I don't recall, but it was, why can't I think of it? It was, I think it involved Evander Kane, of course, and somebody else. But it was the night that there were 2 hat tricks on the Blackhawks, and like as he was going in for the empty netter on it, he literally just comes over and like golf swings him. And he just turns as he's celebrating the goal, flips his gloves off and just turns around and decks him right in the face. Yep. So I was like, that was pretty good.
I was gonna say that reminds me. It was. I can't remember who that was. I can see it in my head though.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the infamous. I think it was in 2011.
Was Hagel, Brendan Hagel. He's
Hagel. There you go.
Hagel got it, and he like as he threw his gloves off, turned around and just decked him in the face. Yeah. It was awesome.
Pittsburgh versus Philly in 2011, the first round of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Where like every game was 8-6 or whatever for
like something ridiculous.
There was 1-2-1 final where they actually played hockey, but every day was just a fucking melee between those two teams.
Yeah, they really did not like each other back then.
And I hate at least then. I hate both of those teams too. Fuck the Flyers too. But even then, I was like, man, this is some good ass hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my god. And Taylor says, wasn't it Hagel? Yes, it was.
It was Hagel, yes. Yeah. Beat you to it. Aha. Remember.
Aha.
That was good.
That was a good one. There's been a bunch of and both of us had Probert too, right?
Yes.
So
for a little bit there, yeah.
We're notorious for having some of the most iconic goons of all time. There's another one. There's another one for the Blackhawks back in the 80s and early 90s, and for the likes of me, I can't remember who the hell his name is. He was around the Probert times. Yeah, but we've had some notorious goons. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, not Evander Kane. It was PK Subban. I just realized. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Subban. Yes.
Subban. That's who it was. The other guy that always gets into trouble.
Fucking thank God. He's gone though now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he was
retired.
Unrestricted free agent, and nobody wanted to pick him up, which
it just means that one of those injuries that he had actually ended up becoming really, really bad, and he couldn't get over it.
Mm-hmm. Because he slowed down a lot for a bit there towards the end. Because that's what used to, I think, carry his career. Because he was never. I mean, I might piss a few people off, but I never thought he was really that great at it. But he was quick, and he wasn't afraid to fight. So he was essentially,
everyone loves him.
a speedy bruiser type deal, but never anything too crazy.
No, I think a few teams are lucky they didn't make some of those trades and shit with him, because there's some of those other trades that I saw that almost happened with him, and I was like, damn. Y'all lucked the fuck out.
Yeah, right. He was a hot ticket item for a bit there, which always messed with my mind because I didn't see it. But none of it came to be, so we'll never know. No regret, I guess.
Rather Shea Weber than him. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Rather Zdeno Chara than him for sure. Victor Hedman, just to throw like some of the big defensemen that were around at that time.
Yeah.
Hell, I didn't even think McDonough. You know what I mean? Like, do you remember McDonough? He was part of the Tampa Bay squad there too, and he was on the Rangers for a while.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
he just went up the coast.
Yeah, that's one guy. I was like, if we're just talking like defensemen around those days, I'd take.
Yeah, that would have been better.
Way better. Way better.
At least in my opinion. But you know who's doing way better and is currently sitting atop the Pacific Division right now? Our favorite Wild team, the Seattle Kraken.
Oh,
They're currently in the number 1 spot.
That's right.
I saw that. I'm like, wow, they are really just sticking it to everybody this year. Completely written off. What's that?
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I mean, I was just going to say, completely written off this year. I was one of them, and here they are sitting on top of their Pacific throne right now. So that's pretty impressive. Good on them.
And the beautiful thing about it too is if the playoffs literally started right now, they would play the Oilers in the first round, and I'd be buying tickets for sure.
Yeah, that would be a dream come true right there for you.
That would be fun. I would love nothing more than to see that. Though, if it ended up being Golden Knights and Oilers too, I'd probably have to get playoff tickets for that for the fiance because she'd want to go to a couple of those. But look, I'm also looking at if the playoffs were to start today, Minnesota would be out and the Flames would jump to the Central and play the Stars. That would be sick.
That might be a good series, honestly. I would watch that. That would be awesome.
Ottinger did really good against the who did they play last year and they beat in the first round? Who the hell was that? He had an MVP like season.
Excuse me. I do not recall. Black that out of my memory.
Yeah, it was just like, I'm sorry, did my team play? No, I didn't think so.
No. It's also worse because like I started a tradition last year, the first annual, where I'll have everybody make a bracket, and then whoever's bracket wins gets soon to get a trophy. I still need to do that. Like the cup and have it engraved with their team record in there. But I did awful. I was in last place because everybody that I picked decided to shit the bed right as I did it. So I was like, oh, well then. So
that's
very sad.
I forgot. It was Dallas versus the Flames in the first round of the playoffs last year. And it was like, where is it? Yeah. 1-0, 2-0, 4-2, 4-1, 3-1, 4-2, and 3-2. Like the game was under every single time, and Ottinger played his ass off. Yeah, that was.
That's what happens. Series. Yeah, that's a good series right there.
You know what else is really good?
What else is really good?
Some of the people we got sponsoring this show.
Absolutely.
So why don't we show them off here when we take a couple minutes, and we'll be right back here on the One-Timer Hockey Show.
You got it. Yeah. You got me.
We're back with Matt Bannon and myself in about 3.5 minutes. See you then.
Stagecoach in Lockport has a unique menu from fresh salads and burgers to venison and steak sandwiches. We feature plenty of appetizers and desserts for a perfect way to start or end your meal. Come into our country western bar and dining room or relax outside on our patio sitting in the heart of downtown Lockport on State Street. We can accommodate both small gatherings and large parties. Offering 16 different beers on tap, frozen margaritas, an extensive bourbon and whiskey menu, and our famous Bloody Marys, you cannot go wrong at Stagecoach. And if you're feeling lucky, come try DJ Bingo on Tuesdays or our Big Pay slot machines all week. Stagecoach is located at 1028 South State Street in Lockport, Illinois. Everyone is a friend at Stagecoach. Hope to see y'all soon.
Hello, this is Paul from Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. We are located at 1026 South State Street in historic downtown Lockport, Illinois. We are very excited to be partnering up with the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show as well as the 1252 brand because we are one of the few Chicagoland breweries that embrace sports and sports culture. Come in for a fresh brewed beer made right here in Lockport while catching the game of your favorite team. Stay for the live music that we have booked every weekend. Or just come for a cozy atmosphere to enjoy a good conversation with a friend, loved one, or complete stranger. Nick and Ivy makes you feel right at home no matter what the occasion is. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook by searching for Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. Visit our website for our up-to-date tap list or to go shopping on our online store at nickivy.brewing.com. That's Nikivy brewing.com. Come in today for a fresh brewed beer born and raised in Lockport, Illinois.
Hi, this is Kathy O'Connell at Coach's Corner, located at 8118 West 143rd Street in Orland Park. Our phone number is 708-364-1026. We are Orland Park's #1 sports bar. Come in for our wonderful beer menu and seltzers with a fully stocked bar. Watch a game, drink a beer, and try something off our amazing menu. We have everything to choose from: nachos, potato skins, and our house-made bar chips to start off with. Then try our tacos, burgers, and one of our delicious sandwiches. And don't leave without trying our famous jumbo wings. They do not disappoint. Coach's Corner. It will sure to become your local bar. Again, we are located at 8118 West 143rd Street in Orland Park. Come see us today.
Fozzie football, are you ready, brother? Real football action on a glossy game surface played shuffle style. Slide a shuffle puck at pass or run targets, and a free mobile app keeps track of every game detail. Easy to learn, but this game of skill is difficult to master. Take care of the ball, or turnovers will kill your drive. The game is guaranteed to get your competitive fire burning, and it's perfectly sized to take anywhere. The park, a barbecue, your next tailgate, or fun at home on game nights. Fozzie football is simply the best, most realistic and competitive game of football available anywhere. Add defense when your skill improves and take the game to the next level. The perfect mix of fast action and real football drama, where a last-second Hail Mary can break hearts or make champions.
Welcome back, everybody, to the One Timer Hockey Show. So, Andrew, I was thinking during the break there, I was like, there was something I wanted to bring up, but I couldn't remember what it was. And as I was looking over my bets for the night again, I remembered what it was. It was the win that Chicago got. Do you know who they beat for that win this last weekend?
No.
Oh, that would be the St. Louis Blues
in
St. Louis. So, oh boy, was that so satisfying to watch. I had probably the greatest time, other than the one I went to at the beginning of the season, the home opener. That was probably my second favorite game so far. So that was just hearing the stunned silence in that barn was something else. So
your love
just
for
wanted
that
to,
team, eh?
Yep, just wanted to throw that one out there. But yeah, I see it's tied 1-1 for your Red Wings right now, though.
Whoa! What?
Yeah, tied up. No penalties yet, though.
So
trying to keep it clean, maybe to win the game. I'm not sure.
Oh. Hold on a second. I'm just seeing.
It
was that goal. Oh, it was Rasmussen.
Rasmussen?
Cool.
Miss him.
I like Rasmussen.
Good guy.
He's a fucking tower, man.
He is rather large person to I guess put it lightly. What is he? 6'6"? 6. Yeah, he's just above my height. So, and young too, which is something you really like to see.
Well, and it was a very early draft pick that a lot of Red Wing fans did not like. They're like, what is he developing into? Like, he's not doing anything. And I'm like, okay, I understand that. 1,000%.
Yeah, that's fair.
But when you let somebody go and you don't let them develop into the player that they eventually can be, then they become shit. That's inevitable. Like, there's people out there who got drafted in like the top 10, top 15 that have bounced around in the NHL from team to team to team now. Yep. And it sucks because they got talent. And if you just let them stay on one team for a little bit, they'd probably fucking be good.
Yeah, develop a little chemistry. Obviously, having some kind of routine or familiarity definitely helps. I mean, and that's just not even hockey. That's just humans in general tend to like that kind of structure. So it is kind of a bummer when you see somebody that has potential like that being spoiled just because nobody's really giving them, I guess, what they need to succeed, if you will, their tools.
It's like
just sad.
I'm trying to think what team it was now. Colorado had my fiance's cousin Tyson Jost on the team, and they drafted him at like number 8.
Oh wow, yeah,
7 or 8. It was top
way up there.
And I thought he was going to be great. I was just like, I don't know where he's going to fit, but he's going to be amazing. He has bounced around from a couple of teams now. He's been on he got traded to Minnesota, and then the coach apparently didn't like him on Minnesota because he wasn't fast enough, which was dumb as fuck. Now he's on Buffalo, and on Buffalo he's been doing nothing but scoring goals. So
look at that.
Yeah, and it's like it's a weird team that they have to go to in order to finally get that chemistry. But it's like they're a bunch of young guys that just want to score goals. So
yeah, and that's like we had mentioned on the couple past shows. That's really what they're doing right now. They have the tools to do that, and they're actually finding their stride, which took some time, granted, but they are making a lot of time. But they're doing it.
Finally.
Damn it.
Yeah. Just like the Canucks. Yeah. We all wanted them to start tanking for Bedard. Well, now they're doing it. Damn it.
Yep. They they didn't quite figure that one out. Wait, go time? Do well? Okay, we can try that. Let's see what happens.
New coach? Okay, let's win for him, right? win for new coach. No.
Yeah, he just got one against us. That jerk.
Yeah, and like they got they're sitting at the 6th best odds right now.
Yes. I know we dropped down a little bit there by winning a few games, but probably won't win this one. So that's good at the very least.
I don't know. Vancouver's such a shit show right now. Like
a little bit.
How?
So no, what was it? Everybody was booing when everybody came on the ice for the last game, so that's always a good sign.
How the fuck?
They won.
How the fuck do you let your one coach find out that he's going to get fired 2 weeks in advance and let your fan base find that out to then show up to your games and shit on you?
Mm-hmm.
And then not only that, now we all know that Jim Rutherford got scored on by Bruce Boudreau, and that was Bruce Boudreau's first ever NHL goal back in the day. That clip is resurfaced and has been playing over and over and over again.
Everywhere.
I love it. I love every moment of it. Because fuck Jim Rutherford right now.
Just a polite reminder.
Yeah, that you're a shit organization. Like, it's getting bad when I have a coworker who I think is a Canucks fan, and he goes, "No, I'm just a fan of a fucking train wreck of an organization right now."
Yeah.
It's like, I'm a Habs fan.
I don't know if it's it's not I don't even know if you could really call it an organization. It just seems like a scheme at this point.
It's so bad. Like, you're in the second biggest city in Canada. You lost the Grizzlies back in the day to Memphis, and you're never going to get them back now, especially with the fucking player that they got on there, like with John Morant. That is Kobe Bryant 2.0 for crying out loud. And now all of a sudden you're going to have a hockey team in one of the biggest, most expensive provinces in all of Canada, the most gorgeous province in all of Canada, by far. I lived in Alberta. I have lived in Ontario. I've driven through Manitoba, and I've driven through Saskatchewan. I haven't seen the East Coast yet. Don't get me wrong. It's probably absolutely gorgeous. But whatever the East Coast has, the West Coast of BC has got it way better. You want mountains? We got the biggest mountains.
They got mountains, yeah.
You want orcas? We got fucking orcas, okay? It's the damn logo for a reason, because they're literally swimming 100 yards away
everywhere
from your fucking arena. Like, holy shit. Not only that, you could literally charge $1,000 per seat and people would pay it.
Yeah, they wouldn't even bat an eye, which is kind of crazy.
No, but you
don't
have
miss
to
that.
have a winning team. You're not Toronto, where you've already won a bunch of cups and you just have a bunch of people paying to be there for when it inevitably happens. You do have that in Vancouver because it hasn't happened yet, but you've actually gone to the final for the first, sooner than the Maple Leafs.
Oh God! Yeah.
But you haven't done it. You haven't put out a good product.
There's no laurels from the rest on to be like, well, remember the time we did what exactly?
What did you do?
Pissed everybody off? Yeah.
Yeah, like you're sitting there with three big names: JT Miller, Bo Horvat, and Brock Besser. You re-sign Brock Besser, who doesn't want to be there. You're debating re-signing Bo Horvat, who actually wants to be there.
Yeah.
And JT Miller's contract is so fucking ridiculous. The guy can afford to literally be half-ass on the ice because, one, you have to pay that contract. Two, if you trade him, somebody else has to pay that contract. And unless he goes to wherever the fuck he wants to, nobody's going to trade for him because he ain't going to play.
And even if somebody were, I don't know, like, let's say desperate or hungry enough to get his contract, they're retaining some salary in Vancouver. There's no way in hell they're taking all of that on.
That's like in the group chat that I got for NSD here. I asked the guys, my Oiler fans, like, if you traded for, or like, who do you want to trade for, kind of thing. And my one buddy Chris was just like, I don't know, like, blah blah blah. And I was like, would you be pissed off if you guys trade for like an Erik Karlsson or like a Seth Jones, like, for example?
Oh, please take him.
Yeah, I know. You're like, yes. And then he goes,
God, talk about contracts that are terrible. Yeah.
So that's what he said. He's just like, do people not understand that the NHL has like a salary cap? And I was just like, no, I get it. Like, you'd have to retain somebody. He goes, or they'd have to retain somebody. He's like, San Jose ain't retaining $6 million of Erik Karlsson's contract, nor is Chicago going to retain, $5 million of Seth Jones's contract, unless there's a literal first round starting that trade talks and then some. Then you add in the other stuff that needs to be talked about. So I kind of agree with them though. Like, who the fuck do you go for at that point?
Everybody you'd be asking has all the chips. You have nothing to bargain with, really. You just have to hope and then do them an incredible favor later. And that's without tangible proof. Like, that's just not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Like, these trade, like, especially this year with first round picks and stuff like that, unless at trade deadline, you are 100% going to the playoffs. No one's giving up their first round pick. Yeah. Especially those guys on the cusp, like Buffalo, Minnesota, Edmonton, Pittsburgh, Colorado, Los Angeles. Like, those guys, I can guarantee you those guys, unless they feel as though they are going to make a run like towards the end of the season, are not going to give up their first round pick for the very possibility. Because if you also look at the West and the standings. So let's put into example, Minnesota is 1 point out of the playoffs. So all of a sudden, that really good fucking team could all of a sudden get Bedard.
Yeah.
Nashville is 2 points out of the playoffs. And I've even said too, that's going to be the one fucking sleeper team that he goes to. That's going to piss me off. I'm not buying a Nashville Predators jersey. Like, fuck off. And the Flames are the last one on there, right? They could get bumped out by one of those teams. And all of a sudden, Bedard could go to the Flames. The Oilers could lose. Right. The Oilers could lose 2 or 3 games towards the end of the season. If they didn't do good right now, they could all of a sudden be out and they could get fucking Bedard. And we've talked about that before and how dumb that would be.
That would be awful.
That would literally
almost everybody involved. That would be terrible.
Oiler fans would be ecstatic to be like, we have nothing. We literally just have the cup now. Just hand it over to us.
We'll take that.
Yeah.
No, I'd rather not. Thank you.
No, exactly. But I mean, you look at, like, he does go to Buffalo. Fuck off. He goes to Pittsburgh.
That would be dangerous. There's no way. I will not allow it.
There's no way.
Straight up will not allow that.
You cannot fuck over the Anaheim Ducks to allow Sidney Crosby to go to the fucking Penguins, and then all of a sudden, when Malkin and Crosby are about to retire, you can't. There's no fucking way.
Here's somebody that could probably replace both of them for you. Don't worry, he'll still have the same favoritism and protection we gave to your last guys. Don't worry, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Fuck you, Bettman. You're like literal fuck you at that point. Actually, Go ahead. Did you see the comments he made today?
I think we were just about to bring up the same thing. Yes. Why don't you go ahead and explain to everybody what we just both thought of right there?
It was basically him coming out today, and it was like him saying, like, nobody is going to be tanking because it doesn't matter, essentially. Like, you tank, it's still a lottery system, fuckers. Like,
everybody plays to win. Nobody tanks. That's dumb. That's just what conspiracy theorists say.
Yeah, no one.
We are literally watching it.
Yeah, no one's tanking to get that 0.5% chance better and stuff. And I'm like,
Chicago just traded away their one core of people they were trying to build around. So if that isn't tanking, I don't know what is.
San Jose said prospects from Colorado. Yeah. Sure, here's some more playoff caliber guys for you. Like, I mean,
go win. We'll catch up in a little bit. Yeah, we got somebody you want to wait for. We'll be right there. We'll be right there.
And it's funny because if you look at some of the teams that are actually like say bad right now, Montreal is not as bad as they say they are. Ottawa is not as bad as they say they are. Columbus, the last couple games, has also proven that they're not as bad as they say they are. Yeah,
they have talent when they want to, apparently. So it's like, what are you guys doing out there?
Yeah, and even Arizona is not bad, but I still think they're going to be in the running for it. So, like, at the end of the year, it's probably going to be Anaheim, Chicago, Arizona, San Jose, and Vancouver.
Yeah, these 5 teams are pretty much set with what it's going to be. But
you know what else is set here, my friend?
What else is set here?
The next set of commercials we got to run.
Boy. Hell yes.
We'll be right back right here on the One Timer Hockey Show with Matt Bannon and myself in about 2 minutes while we pay the bills, ladies and gentlemen. Be right back. Another word from our sponsors. Toodaloo.
Megaplex Sports Complex is a 78,000 square foot center filled with hardwood and turf. They have baseball rentals with batting cages, softball, soccer, lacrosse, gymnastics, cheerleading, cornhole, basketball, volleyball, and pickleball. It also features a bar and grill with the best pizza and beef sandwiches around. They cater to events such as birthdays, graduations, corporate parties, as well as memorabilia shows. Check them out at Megaplex Sports Complex, 15301 South Bell Road in Homer Glen, 708-966-4210.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Darren, licensed real estate broker with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group in Homer Glen. Are you looking to buy or sell? Have you been disappointed in the past? The Jonathan Darren team with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group focuses on providing you with a concierge level of service during the process of buying or selling. We are a service-oriented team with a fresh and professional approach to selling real estate. Our goal is to combine knowledge, skills, and passion to exceed our clients' expectations, and most of all, we truly care. We are a knowledgeable real estate team focused on offering expertise and innovative solutions for our clients. The Jonathan Darren team has 5 full-service real estate brokers and a dedicated full-time marketer servicing all of Chicagoland. We will customize a detailed plan around your timeline for a sale, purchase, investment, estate, or other needs. Real estate transactions can be stressful, but don't need to be. Let us handle it for you. Visit our website, homesbyjdt.com, or call 708-308-1938 today. Expect better in real estate. Choose the Jonathan Darren team.
Welcome back, everybody, to the One Timer Hockey Show. Andrew and I talking about, bad teams, bottom of the barrel. We're about halfway there, so things are starting to settle more patterns. But I think there's something we haven't really talked about. I was thinking about it over the break. Andrew, who would you say is the most overrated team in regards to tanking and they're sandbagging because they want to be lower? Who do you think shouldn't be nearly as high as they are? Any thoughts on that one?
At the top of the league there, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
the opposite. There's a few contenders, I feel like. So I'll see what you have to say, and then I'll let you know how I'm feeling.
I mean, is the answer not always Toronto? No, I'm just kidding.
That was my go-to. Of course, obviously the Leafs are. I don't know how the hell they're second, but so that aside,
no, I think, and I would love to be wrong.
Okay.
Just because I want to see these guys actually go on a run, but I do think the pretenders right now is the Winnipeg Jets.
The Jets, okay.
I know.
Interesting.
A lot of people are saying, well, do you remember, what was that, 2 or 3 years ago when they were just the unfucking beatable team?
Yeah, that was 20. Was that 2019?
I think so. 2019.
They were solid then.
2020, around there, and then a couple of injuries and shit like that. Bad playoff loss.
Yeah,
it happens.
Just derailed the train pretty much.
But these guys are I don't know. They're built like the Vegas Golden Knights, respectively, and they got a lot of young guys there. But if say like Brad Lambert and I'm trying to remember the other guy's name, the other really high draft pick that had not that long ago, if those guys were already in and contributing like on the fourth line, just that extra little bit of goal scoring and stuff like that, I might throw them in there and say like, no, they are a real team, but I don't trust Hellebuck. I don't trust Shifley. I just don't trust the whole squad as a whole because of who they would have to go through in the playoffs and stuff like that.
To actually get to glory, if you will.
Yeah, so I'm going to say the Winnipeg Jets.
That's fair. I think that's pretty good. I was thinking of those lines. I think not so much that they shouldn't be where they are, considering the West is a little bit weak this year. But I think Dallas is overperforming for their I mean, good for them, great for Stars fans. I feel like it's going to be a very early round exit from the playoffs unless something crazy happens with the standings. I think they're kind of there. For as much as as much credit as I currently give to Seattle, I am not sure if this is something they can sustain, whether it's just luck that it happened the way it is, or if this is, well, like you were saying, if with Winnipeg a little bit more, and you could say, yeah, team versus we'll see what the future holds. I feel like those two stand out a bit. Obviously, Toronto, I don't know what's going to happen with that one.
Maybe
those two are the first ones.
Maybe New Jersey as well. Like I know they've been like assembling that squad for a while, but it's just like, is it all going to crumble when someone gets hit in the playoffs? They're like, oh no, this is a big man's game.
Exactly, because I feel like a lot of the times you see like regular season scoring or just standings, and then you forget that playoff hockey is much different than regular season. I mean, it's comparable to preseason and then like mid-season. Like the difference in caring and actual play is wildly different. And I know another point, but I've forgotten. But it's just not quite the same.
I was going to say,
we'll see how it goes.
With regards to Seattle, I know they're an expansion team, but like when the Golden Knights came in, everybody kind of knew the players' names like around the league because it was a brand new thing and stuff like that. Then when it happens to Seattle, they're kind of just like whatever, like.
Yeah, and their seemingly weird way of getting players from teams was kind of strange too.
Yeah, so
especially after Vegas,
and a lot of GMs knew what to do because of the Vegas situation. So it wasn't as easy. Yeah, it wasn't as easy for Seattle. They are basically, I guess you would say, the Vegas Golden Knights of a couple of years ago with a young guy in there. But the thing is we don't know all the names yet. Like Edmonton out here knows Eberle for sure. Like everyone out here knows the one fucking guy that's on the Kraken. And it's Jordan fucking Eberle. I like there's Dunn that's on there from St. Louis. Bernier's obviously the drafted guy. Not Lewandowski. Lettinen, I believe, is the guy that they got from Colorado. So they've added in some playoff caliber guys. Like they've been there. They know what to do.
Exactly.
Grind and stuff like that. So they're doing the right things. And they've traded the right things as well. Because they still got draft picks. Like they got late round draft picks that they can do to finally put some guys in the system and this, that, and everything else. Yeah.
Which is good because I feel like obviously you'll need something to eventually replace people, something that we're having difficulty doing right now by trading them all away. Tanking is real.
But I mean, you got 2 first-round picks this year too. Like
we do, yeah. We've got who do we have it from? Is that from Lightning, Tampa, I believe? Yeah. Which I'm going to need them to start losing a bit more. Also, somebody I think that is overextending themselves for whatever reason. They're just not quite hitting the stride that they were projected to. I
said Tom Brady was going to retire in 2017, and I've been wrong ever since. So I'm not calling out. I ain't calling them out yet. Like
that's fair.
They're still a damn good team. Stamkos, great point, Kucherov.
Absolutely, not a bad team at all. I don't know if their age is catching up or just losing steam or just bad losses, but I don't know. I expected a little bit more. Maybe just everybody else is doing better comparatively around them. But that's my take on it.
It could be them. They've known how to win a Stanley Cup and how to get there kind of thing. So they could also just be like, we're in a spot right now where we don't necessarily have to worry about making the playoffs like we're in right now. So until we have to be put in that position, they're not going to start winning. Until I would assume like the last 10, 15 games of the season is when they're going to kick it into high gear.
When they're going to do it. Yeah. Especially with the East in general being pretty strong right now, as opposed to even like 8 years ago. I feel like it was only the Lightning, the Pens, Bruins, and maybe the Capitals were relatively solid teams, but not so much the case this year.
No, because now it's Boston, obviously, but like Carolina, Toronto.
Yeah.
The
Rangers are hanging in there. Yeah.
Yeah, those are like your consistent ones from the East now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else has been like fluctuated in and out for the last few years. Like Montreal went to the Stanley Cup final, it's cool, but now you're in the running for Bedard here. So
so now, where did that get you?
And like Carey Price
in the East.
Yeah, like your media is so bad. Like Carey Price literally had to fucking retire for a little bit because of depression. Like you guys are horrible.
Yeah, he's the only I don't want to say that, but he was the team for a bit there, and then you're just gonna throw him.
I'll fucking join you on that. He was the team.
He was the team, and you say, "Oh, yeah, that's crazy." Your goaltender is not your defense. Those are not the same things, and I know that from experience watching these guys do that for the last 6 years. And I can only imagine what Carey Price had to go through, because at least we had, stars and studs up front that could still at least try and do it. Like Kane and Taves, still classic combos, and even with DeBrincat doing what he was doing. But Price had himself.
Price had himself. It goes into what kind of Rene? Rene had defense. First, the top two line were like Ekholm and Ellis or something like that.
Yes.
Second line was same basic fucking thing, essentially. Third line, same basic fucking thing, essentially. So he had defense and help every game, every single time someone hit the ice.
An incredibly defensive-minded team, which worked pretty decently well for him.
Until you needed scoring.
Until the playoffs happened, and everybody's trying a lot harder to score against you. And if you're only playing defense, regardless of where you are on the ice, you're probably not going to win.
Oh, no, we're playing Pavel Datsyuk. Who can score?
What do we do now?
Who do we have?
Lose.
Victor Arvidsson and Pekka back in the day. And who the fuck was their captain? Landeskog. Landeskog, Like that's all they had. Those aren't necessarily scorers. Those are setting up people to score.
Yep. Good at it too.
Very good at it.
Make no mistake, good at it. But when they're setting up nobody, then you don't.
You take the slap shot. No, you take the slap shot. You take the slap shot.
It's the same thing. It's like shoot the puck, quit passing it, and do something with it. No, we'll just see what happens. Maybe they'll own goal. Let's see that. Yeah.
Was Shea Weber
Shea Weber was there, yeah.
Yeah. Like Shea Weber, Ekholm, Ellis.
A good team.
Michael Pekka back in the day.
Until it came to scoring goals, especially in the post.
And then they go to get a goal scorer named Matt Duchene, and they overpay him by fucking everything.
So much money, yeah. Blew their future right there on that. And he's still there. And how many cups have they won since then? I think that's still
one finals appearance.
One finals appearance.
And it was the grossest finals I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was
especially the jerseys. Like yellow versus yellow.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, the mustard cats are never looks good. But yeah, that was just an eyesore and just an assault on your senses, obviously, in the front to hockey in general. But I mean, I didn't have a hat in the game, so
I did not watch a single fucking game of that.
I didn't
at
either.
all.
I couldn't tell you how long it went or what the scores were like either.
I think it only went to 5.
I'm going to look it up because I have no idea.
I think it went to – because San Jose and Pittsburgh went to 5. I'm going to say Nashville went to 5 or 6. No, it went to 6.
Let's see. I'll bring it up. Yeah, even just looking at this is just disgusting right now. I don't like it. Obviously, well, for anybody that doesn't know, it was the Penguins and Predators, hence the yellow, just awfulness all around. But let's see. That would be 6 games. It went to 6 horrid games.
Yeah. Because Nashville almost, I think in game 6, they had a chance. Like they were close to making it a 7. And then I think it was Crosby that assisted somebody or Rust or Prust or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think
that's because it was back-to-backs for both of them. So the first 4 games, everybody won in their home barn. And then, that was actually, the Penguins only won the 1 game on the road for game 6. And it was 2-0 after a 6-0 rout. So who the hell would want to watch that?
Yep.
Not me.
That was Ugh. Same with the San Jose one. I watched a little bit more, but I was also working a job that was hard for me to watch that at the time. Yeah. And I was just like, come on. Like,
what is going on?
I hate the fact that Pittsburgh plays all of my favorite teams when they get to the finals. It was like, at least my Red Wings got the 1 off of them.
Yeah, but they got the 1.
The fact that I am the one that started Crosby winning cups is fucking hurts, okay?
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Everybody else in the league applauds you for letting that happen.
Listen, if fucking Fleury didn't jump out of his net in game 7 with 3 seconds to go, we would have fucking scored that. And everyone goes, well, he did it to win the game. Duh!
Well, no,
I knew that. But if
is
he
that
didn't
how that
jump
works?
out of his net, fucking Lindstrom and Zetterberg on the ice for I think it's 5 or 6 seconds left of that game. Mm-hmm. I was like, bro, they're gonna do something, and they're
trying.
That fucking close. Like there was like 1 second went by after like the whistle, and Zetterberg was in front of the net to take a shot with the puck on his stick.
So very close.
I fucking hate
so disappointing.
I hated that game with a passion. Just like I hate Pittsburgh with a passion. And I think the reason I hate Pittsburgh the most, well, no, I hate Boston the most.
Well, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's a given.
Yeah. But I fucking hate Pittsburgh, not just because of the Stanley Cup finals and stuff like that, but because me and Matt are also big football fans. And I'm also a big Pat McAfee fan. And Pat McAfee just loves to shit on my fucking Red Wings all of the time. And I fucking hate it.
Yeah, it kind of gets old after a little bit, doesn't it, there?
Yeah, it's like, Pat, I love you to death, okay? But this is starting to get to me, man.
Killing me.
Goes into a whole segment about why is Detroit hockey town? And I'm like, bitch, don't start with me.
Yeah, well, first, they have the most Stanley Cups of any American team, so there's that.
Wait.
The Red Wings?
We do?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
No.
Yeah, that's got to be right. Hold on. I'll look it up, but I'm pretty sure it is the Red Wings. Let's see. Because there's only like 6 teams that have 6 or more. But, I mean, obviously it's the Canadians have the most. But I'm pretty sure it's Detroit.
It is. Holy shit.
Cool. I was right. I did not make that up.
Okay. I'm looking at them right now. I was like, okay, yeah, Montreal with their big 24, yeah. And then the Maple Leafs still have 13. You know what? If in my lifetime we can get up to the Maple Leafs and Stanley Cups, that'd be fucking great. That'd be great. And then, yeah,
well, they're certainly trying.
And then you guys have 6, and Boston has 6.
It's 6 as well.
5,
yep.
Pittsburgh with 5. Wow. Shit. Rangers have 4?
Mm-hmm. Only 4.
I'm just like, I understand. I'm like, where did the other? There's 2 that I'm missing. There's 95. There's 61 or 62 that I think they won a couple in the 50s.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's okay. It's like, I'm like, where the fuck did those? Where did they come
I think it
from?
was like in the late or like the early 30s. I want to say is the theirs. Yeah, because that was back when there was still only the original 6. I think was still in the early 30s. Yeah,
11, 12,
which is why it's funny that they won those like at least 2, and then didn't do shit again for another like 50 years after that to 90.
I'm just like looking at it. So there's only been 12 teams that haven't won the Stanley Cup. That's not too bad.
We'll put an asterisk next to St. Louis's, but
you put an asterisk.
Yeah, that's not. I'm not counting that one. That was some garbage finals games, and I did not like that one bit.
Shelby Boobs, thanks for tuning in, buddy. Actually, we are just about to get out of here.
Yeah.
I actually got a couple things I got to do tonight. So,
ooh, boy, that's good.
No, they're never fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to get into too much detail. One of them is definitely going to be very fun, considering I put a ring on her finger.
Hey.
Kids are getting rowdy and they're about to go to bed and stuff like that. So obviously we're going to be taking off. Thanks, Shelby. You can chat. We're usually on Tuesdays when we do the hockey show. It's 5:00 Mountain Time.
Yep.
6
o'clock Central Standard. Yep.
7 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
If we don't end up doing it on Tuesdays, it's usually Thursdays.
A day with a T in it, yeah.
Yeah, every day with a T in it. So, hockey talk, buddy. But with that, Matt.
Yep. Thank you, everybody. That's the One-Timer Hockey Show on Thursday. Yes, I'd like to thank all our sponsors, obviously, and you guys for tuning in and listening to us babble. Well, I say babble, but we bring up some pretty good points most of the time. Most of the time. I'd say 98% at least, for sure.
That's what Bedard's numbers are going to be. Good. Look at you. Look at you already.
Which brings me, and even though it's the close of the show, I did see at the Vancouver game, there are at least 2 people with a Bedard Hawks sweater already. Loving that energy, bringing it to life. But thank you so much for watching. Like Andrew had said earlier, we're normally on Tuesdays. If we're not on Tuesdays, we're Thursdays. It's been super busy for both of us. That's just how it goes, unfortunately. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, have a great night, everybody.
Ciao for now.
1252 Sports Entertainment presents the one, the only, the One-Timer Hockey Show. Live with Andrew Faubert and Matt Bannon. So get your puck bunnies and give your balls a tug, because it's time to do that hockey. Let's do that hockey, baby.